Hi everyone! I am going to do a box opening of this lovely box sent to me by Dolk via EMS. I am in my garage. It is very messy, so I'm going to kind of open up the box and kind of set stuff out and then carry on with a typical box opening. So hold one moment. Okay, so I opened up the box and inside you can see there is some cushioning and bubble wrap. Oops, there goes my light. Hold on one moment. Okay, my garage light is like automatic, so if it doesn't sense motion by the entry, it turns off. So more cushioning and lots of bubble wrap. Ooh, and it's starting to rain outside. Good thing I'm inside my garage. All right, let's take off this cushioning and see what's in here. They did do a good job, really, making everything safe. Ooh, look at these pretty things. Let's walk around the other way so we can see what it is. So these are doll stands. This little thing here is an image of what the stand looks like. You can see it says Aphasia Land. Let's see if I can get one where it shines. You'll find your treasure here. Don't search in foreign lands. You've got it in your hands. You can be a hero. It's not a mystery. Interesting. Pausing. Okay, so I came back around and I'm kind of taking out the cushioning that they put around. You can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. I thought I got 6, but maybe I only got 5. I'll have to check back on my order, but I'm going to take these boxes out of the shipping box, and then I'll show you what's underneath. It should be a doll and another stand. Okay, so taking out the Aphasia Land stands, we have some more cushioning here. Oh, you know what? There's actually 2 dolls, I think, in here. One's like a 1/12 kind of smaller doll. Oh my gosh, look at the image on that. That is so cool. And here, this one says Lost Rabbit. And then this one here says Tinkles Doll, I think. Alright, let me pause and we'll take out these boxes too. Okay, so after taking out those other boxes, so you can see the full image of this box here, which is the 1/3 doll. Oh, but look at, she's like a pretty little angel. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, let me get this last box out and then we can proceed with the openings of the goodies. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me and see me. I got everything out of the box. I just want to say, again, I ordered this from Dolk BJD Dolls, and this is actually probably 2 or 3 orders combined. So I've been waiting on some of the stuff for quite a while, and they were nice enough to hold everything. And then when it came time to ship, they, you know, let me know that with the tariffs and everything, there may be some issues. So they did offer, like, to ship to one of their shipping partners that does ship to the USA. Because I guess, because Dolk is based in Korea. So, anyway, they were very good with communication. I didn't quite understand when I understand EMS, because I've shipped with EMS many times, but I didn't follow through and pay attention to the tracking, because once the EMS package hit here in the US, it was handed off to UPS, and I didn't follow up with the tracking, but I think that if I had, I would have seen the UPS tracking number and then been made aware that I would have had to pay like a tariff fee and a handling fee or whatever from UPS. So Dolk put the value of all of this at $150, which is less than I paid for all of it. But they put it on the customs form, and the total fee, there was 2 fees, which I posted about on my Facebook, but the total for the $150 value package, which was quite a large package with a 1/3 doll in it, plus all these stands and stuff, was $39. And so, as I was saying, if I had paid attention to the EMS tracking and seen that it had been handed off to UPS, I probably would have been able to see the UPS, like if I checked the tracking, I would have seen that there was a fee, and I could have prepaid it, because when the guy attempted to deliver it to me just yesterday, he says it's a charge on delivery, a COD is what he referred to it as, and I couldn't pay with him because they only accept checks, paper checks, and I don't have those. So I immediately went online, set up a UPS account, and paid the fee, the tariff basically, within like 3 minutes. The guy was already gone. He said he would redeliver, which he did today. I thought it was going to be Monday, but it's only Saturday, one day later, so it's really great. I'm just explaining all that so that anybody who's, you know, concerned with tariffs and stuff, so far not bad. It's unfortunate that these added fees are going on, but as we know, our dolly friends in other countries around the world have already been paying these fees for many, many years. So I guess it's just a part of the hobby that we in the USA are going to have to get used to and account for it when you consider purchasing a doll from outside of the USA. Anyway, moving on now to the dolly goods. I hope that you can hear me because my phone is pretty far away, and I'm sitting in my garage where it's kind of dark and there's rain. I thought it was going to be a little bit lighter outside because it is kind of overcast today, but anyway, so, oh, you know what I was saying? I thought I had, when I was looking at the box, I thought I only had 5. Yeah, there's 5 here. So we're going to just go ahead and take a look at these Aphasia Land doll stands. And I just want to show you the image again up close. Isn't that beautiful? I'm telling you, I think that, I don't know if you can see that wording there. It's the same image on each box. But I really think that a lot of times doll companies not only, you know, they create beautiful dolls, but they actually make really beautiful art too. And I know I've had that discussion. I've seen many people ask about it over the years, like, do you keep your doll boxes? They take up a lot of space. Look at, this is so nice too. It just opens like that. There's kind of like a magnetic cling on the side. But I love the doll boxes because of the art. And sometimes the art is like just a masterpiece. And when I think about it, I'm specifically thinking of the G0 robot. Oh, who was that by? I don't know, but the art on the cover was clearly like either conceptual art or art that they created after they created the doll, and it's so beautiful. I almost would get it like as a tattoo. All right, so here's what's inside. It's all cushioned, and they had 2 different sizes, I believe, maybe even 3 different sizes for this doll stand. But I picked the 1/3 size. So here we have this little metal kind of gold like ring, and I think that would be for a leg as opposed to a waist. There is a small opening there, and it has like plastic protectors on the front, but like I don't think you could really open that to fit a waist in there. So I think you slip a leg down through it to have the doll stand up or be supported. Here is the masterpiece of these beautiful stands. They're like cakes, you guys. They're so beautiful. All right, it says Aphasia Land on one side, and it has like a moon on the other side. So here's the top. It has kind of that, I want to say like Harlequin diamond pattern. I don't know if that's the right description for it, but here's, let me just show you. See there, it says Aphasia Land, and it has all these beautiful like curtains and flowers and beads, and then there's a little moon on the back, and then at the top you can see there's the hole. So I'm just going to set this here. Oh, you guys won't be able to see it. Let me set it here. So the only things in this box are literally that base, which this is like, it feels like heavy ceramic. It's very heavy. So it's definitely a good stable base. And then there's these 2 pieces for the doll stands. And it looks like the stand part has also a protective tip, which it is going in, but I feel like if I put it all the way in, it's gonna stay and that's it. It's never gonna come out, which I guess is okay. There is a little knob on the back there for tightening and loosening to put the top piece in. So I'm just gonna, and that's to adjust the height, so you can adjust the height or whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Let's see if I can put this in here. I think I have to remove the little plastic tip there to get it to go in. So let's see if I can do that. It doesn't seem to want to come off. So I guess it's really just a matter of squeezing it in. I'm just gonna put it on my leg. Oh yeah, because I think that is actually helping it basically to stay in there. I don't think this is ever gonna come out again. So I didn't really pay attention that much, but if I wanted to, I could probably twist it a little bit. Oh yeah, so you can twist it so that the knob faces backwards away from this. But it's also like if you have, where's that Aphasia Land? So here's the Aphasia Land. It's at the front, and basically the stand socket is at the back. Here, I have my Smart Doll Elsie with me. She is on a Gen 2 frame with modified knee joints. I put her together last night. I'm so proud of me. And I have her out here to be in comparison for the 1/3 doll that came in this package. But let's just see how this stand works with her. So here, like where I have it at, it kind of comes to her knee. Is it going to work though to stand? Yeah, it does. Like you can see here, her foot is not quite level. The other foot is pretty flat, and she is able to rest with that. And I could certainly move that post up so that it could come up higher on her leg, depending on, you know, the type of outfit or whatever, however you want to look. This base is so beautiful. I'm so excited. I don't really have a lot of fancy stand bases because Smart Dolls, they come with their little tripod stand, right? Plus they pretty much are stable on their own, and Smart Dolls are the majority of my doll collection. But I just really loved these bases, and I do have a number of resin BJDs that could certainly benefit from a very sturdy, stable base like this. So now that you know what they look like and their intent, I'm just going to move Elsie back a little bit. And if you're curious about Elsie's name, she's my little adventurer. I wonder if I can take this back out. And she's inspired by Lara Croft. So her name is Elsie, like spelled out as a word, but it's supposed to represent the LC letters for Lara Croft. Clever, isn't it? All right, so I think unless I use maybe pliers or something, this is in here now. It's not going to come back out, which is totally fine. But that just means, you know, for storage purposes, you'd have to kind of be aware of that. Once you set this up, it might be forever this way, which is fine because that's the intent. I want to use them. So the other ones here are the same. They're just different colors, the same motif and everything. I'm just going to grab my box here so I can put some of these boxes away. I'm just going to show you what the other ones look like. I'm not necessarily going to put them together like this other one. So they'll be, like, again, the same design, but slightly different colors, which I cannot wait to see them all. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. All right. Oh, this one is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, look. So a brown, black, and white theme with gold trim. There's the Aphasia Land. and the moon and the flower. It's beautiful. To me, this looks like a cake or something. I know it's kind of intended to be like almost like a floor or like a marble floor maybe. Whatever your imagination makes it out to be for a doll stand. It's so beautiful. When I saw these, I originally saw them through, I want to say, like, it's not a doll company, but like a doll, I don't even want to say reseller, but I think it's Dora Kuma's Nest on Facebook. They like facilitate sales of dolls from wherever they are, somewhere in Asia probably, to other parts of the world, but not to the USA. So I see all the stuff that they post, and let me just tell you, I think we as Americans or people in the USA, we miss out on so much amazing doll stuff coming from Asia, like Korea, China, wherever. I think like we don't get to see what's out there because it's hard to find these incredible artists that are making small batch things. So I saw this originally, look at that, pink and like a purple and like a gray. Oh my gosh, let me get you a close-up of that. Isn't that beautiful? It's so gorgeous. Anyway, so I saw this originally with Dora Kuma's Nest, and I was like, oh my gosh, please, do you offer sales to the USA? And unfortunately, no. And then I saw that Dolk was listing them. And let me just tell you something about Dolk. If you have never shopped with them, they have 2 Facebook pages, I believe, and 2 websites. One is like in probably Korean or whatever, wherever they're based, and then one is in English, or I think you can change the language settings, and they will post things on both websites, but sometimes they post stuff first and only on their main website, the Korean one, and you just have to ask them, can you list this on the English website? And they will, and then you can purchase it, and it's really super easy. So here's another one, kind of a green and blue and gray. Aren't these beautiful, you guys? Oh my gosh, I just love them. They're so gorgeous. I'm thinking that probably all of the stands are that gold metallic, so they're all gonna look the same in that regard. But anyway, so Dolk will, if you see something on, or even advertised through their main website, just ask them to send them a message either on Facebook or through their English or whatever your preferred language is website, and they will, if they can, they will list it up on their website that will allow you to purchase and ship. And they did, as I said, they worked with me. Look at this one. This one's like green and yellow and blue. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's so gorgeous. So this is not just like flat imagery. It's like, you know, I don't want to say 3D, but like it's raised, you know, it's not just a flat image. It's actual little curtains and bows and everything. Okay, so all I'm saying about Dolk is that they're quite happy to assist you in any way that they can to help you purchase the dolls that you would like to get. And I think that they can, you know, I think they have a good selection of dolls that you may not see on other retailers' sites. So I just have a couple of dolls out here along with my smart doll because of these stands. I wanted to see how they might look. But it's definitely, you know, evident that they would be, these are intended, at least the stand part is intended for a 1/3 doll, but you can certainly display a doll on here, a smaller doll, and it could just be like a little stand, or they could even sit on it. It's so cute, but I don't know how easy it would be to take these stems out unless you really have like a pair of wrenches or something, and then you might like scratch the metal. So I don't know, but I really love it. So Aphasia Land doll stands. I do think they came in other sizes. It was a pre-order thing. I don't know if they're still available on Dolk's website, but I will try to put an attachment or a link for that item in the description of the video. However, I will say with Dolk, once things sell out or they're no longer available, sometimes you cannot find them on their website anymore, which is really weird because even on your order history, you can see the item, but when you go to click on like the description, it'll be like item not found or something like that, which is, it is what it is, I guess. All right, I'm sorry, I'm kind of warm in here. It's like, it must be warmer out than I realized because I'm out in my garage and there's no air conditioning here. All right, next is this. Oh, we'll do a doll. Okay, it's Tinkles Doll. Tinkles Dolls. Wait, what does it say? Tinkles Dolls Doll Artist. Let me give you a close-up here. Isn't it cute? So there was 2 dolls that they released. One was purple and one was pink. And even though purple is my favorite color, you know I'm a big sucker for the dolls with the pink hair. So I bought one. And these were really, this was really inexpensive. I think she was like, she's like similar to those, you know, the, I guess, MJD dolls that you get off of Kika Goods or whatever. She's about the same size. And I don't think that Kika got this particular doll in. I do think that they had, on other sites, maybe like Alice's Doll Collection, and that sort of thing. So it wasn't just on Dolk, but I ordered it on Dolk because I had other outstanding orders, and they were able to hold it with my other orders. So it's a really cute packaging. Like, it looks like a little window with a fairy outfit, and then her head is just placed so that you can kind of see what she would look like as like a doll there. I think that's clever packaging. But she is actually a little like cat girl, and she has multiple face plates, multiple hands, and then an outfit with accessories. So let me see what would be the best way to open this. It has little like circle tape closure on the top and bottom, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut the bottom there. Oh my gosh, I am really warm. I might have to turn on my fan or something, but I don't want to make it even more noisy than it is right now. Although I don't know how noisy it is, and I hope that you guys can hear me. I am trying to enunciate. Alright, so let's take this out. Okay, so opening it up, the box, the packaging is quite similar to like a Nendroid. You see there's this flap that was holding in the bottom, and then there's like this plastic like sleeve that the doll is in. So there's everything there. Oh, this is interesting. So this was like, it was like placed in front of the window, so it sets up so that you can kind of like put it as a stand decoration. That's kind of funny. That's cute. And then there is like a whole doll room imagery in the background of this thing, which I think you could probably take out and use as a photo prop. There is information about the doll. It is in a foreign language, but there are visual graphics there, so I could probably follow along or use Google Translate. And then lastly, I see in here what's like a little certificate that says Weaving Dreams Cradle, Tinkles Dolls Verdendi. That's the name of the doll, Verdendi. It's pretty cool. Alright, I am like really warm. I hope I'm not like looking like I'm dripping sweat, but I am like sweating here. Sorry, that's too much information. Whoopsie. So the back of her thing just popped off, but here she is. You can see she's a little pink cat girl. She has a tail there. And then behind the protective little tissue paper, there's some shoes, a cell phone, and some headphones. And then, oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. This is so cute. It comes with a little keychain of her. That's adorable. That is so cute. Here is her outfit. This looks to be an adapter, maybe to use different faceplates, like Nendroid faceplates, maybe. I don't know. It also looks like it glows in the dark, which is interesting. And then there is a stand, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 hands, like 5 pairs of hands, 10 hands, plus an 11th pair, which is like clasped like this, so it's a single thing. That's pretty good. And the stand is nice looking. All right, I think I have to pause this because I am like roasting. One moment, please. Okay, I was just talking for like the last 2 minutes doing all the posable flexibility testing. I don't even know if I showed anything. So here she is. I got her tail out, which is on a little plug thing that you can adjust. I literally was just talking for like the last 3 minutes and I wasn't recording. But here she is. Isn't she so stinking cute? She's got little cats on her ponytails. She has multiple faceplates, so there is her closed-eyed faceplate. Oh, it is raining, not hard, but it's raining, and the wind is blowing it in, so I'm getting little sprinkles, and it's cooling me off. I had to turn my fan on. There's her open-eyed faceplate, and then her winky faceplate, and then look at these shoes. They're so chunky and cute. Oh my gosh. And she's got little headphones, which I assume would have to go around her neck. There's no way this is fitting over her head. That's really cute. And then lastly, she has this teeny tiny little cell phone iPod thing, and it has like little cat ears, and it has a little paw on the back. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. All right, let's see. Did I I think I literally was talking for like 5 minutes and my camera was not rolling, so I opened her up a little bit. She has this keychain. Did I show this? I don't even know. It's so cute though. Here's her outfit, which, okay, so I brought this little doll in comparison. It's not quite the same body, and she's a little bit taller. So like, I don't know if you can like compare these bodies, but like, I would say if you're thinking about it in size wise, this would be like an Obitsu 11. This might be a 12. I don't know if that's right at all, but it's as close as I can think to a comparison. There is also, I think this looks like an adapter for a faceplate. It could be to use Nendroid faceplates on here, but I don't know. This face looks too small for a Nendroid faceplate, but maybe you could put a Nendroid head on here if you want to pop her head off and use the body. Potentially. I don't know for sure if that's the case. There's her stand and all her hands. She's got 5 pairs of hands plus a pair of hands that are grasping like that. I am really sorry. I really think I was recording without, or talking without recording for several minutes. Oh, it is raining harder now. Hope it doesn't blow in too hard. I'm just going to show you, because I don't know if I recorded this part. She has a little COA, and that's the doll name, Verdendi. The purple one was named something different. I don't think I'm going to take the time to dress her because there's still these other things that I need to open. Maybe at the end of the video if I don't go too super long. But it's already a half hour, so if you're still here watching with me, thanks for sticking with me. I'll set her aside, and if I don't hit an hour by the time I've done these other things, I'll go back to her and dress her. So this says Lost Rabbit. Here's a little logo. And here's some information, if you can read that. You can pause and Google Translate if you want. I do believe it is, oops, it's getting breezy enough, plus my fan is blowing my little doll, this little cat girl's clothes. So I'm just going to hide it underneath the packaging so it doesn't keep blowing in the way. I do believe this is a doll stand. I think it should be. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. The bubble wrap that is heart-shaped. Isn't that adorable? And it's pink. There is so much bubble wrap in here. So much heart bubble wraps. Alright, I'm just going to set this aside for a second. Ooh, it's heavy. So this, it says Lost Rabbit on it, but it is by Ring Doll. This is a Ring Doll Octopus Stand. Not an octopus, but it's a stand that has multiple arms so that you can display your doll in various poses, probably like lifted up and having their arms and legs or hair supported so you can have all these different looks. I don't think I'm gonna assemble this on video, but if you can see there, it says Ring Doll. You can see this is a big heavy metal base plate. I mean, look at the metal there. That's like a good 1/4 inch thick on the edge right there. It's heavy. It's gonna be very stable. Oh my gosh, there's a rabbit over there. There's a rabbit right there, just behind my camera. He wanted to come and listen to me talk about dolls. All right, so you can see there is a saddle stand there. There's all these flexible metallic arms. If you can see there, there's 4 arms connected to a central thing. I'm not quite sure how it all goes together, but I'm super excited for it because I have many dolls with long hair and I've never really been able to properly pose like flowing hair or windblown hair unless I'm actually out in a windy day. But I'm really excited for this. I'm excited for the possibilities that this stand will allow. Now I will tell you, this stand, $20. But they wanted to charge like $70 for shipping when I ordered it as like an individual thing. So I had to pay that, which was insane. And then they bundled it all together, and whatever leftover amounts of shipping from actual shipping charges, they said were going to be put as points in my account on the Dolk website, and you can use the points on later purchases. It's like $1 a point. So I don't know if that was accurately done. And with the tariffs and everything going on now, and with the roundabout shipping that they had to do, I don't know if I have any points in my account per se. But I have accumulated points on Dolk, and I have used them to pay for purchases, partially pay for purchases. So this is a thing I'm probably going to do either a separate video or, you know, I'm going to use it to make pictures, and I'll hopefully show it in the future. But I'm really excited about this, along with those Aphasia Land doll stands that are more decorative. All right, so the last thing is this big doll Thank you for sticking with me. Look at that imagery. Isn't it beautiful? Alright, so there is, oh, here you go, UFDoll. That's the brand. This is going to be similar to like Smart Doll and Dolphy Dream, but the material that they use, why is it going foggy? Is it okay? It's okay. It's trying to refocus on me. The material that they use is a different plastic material from Dolphy Dream and Smart Doll. It's going to be, I'm going to say, comparable to a Momo doll, but this is a big 1/3 doll. And I love this doll, or this like angel imagery. It's so cute, very anime, just very adorable. There is some information here. If you want to pause and Google Translate, you can. If you want to find out more about the doll. On the inside there is bubble wrap and more bubble wrap. You can see some little feet down there. I think they had a couple of different skin tones, and you saw on that it said skin, and there was like a box where either they would write the color tone or it's supposed to be like the image of the box, but I think you're supposed to write the color tone in there. I'll have to go back and look, but basically I got what would be comparable to a tan or tea color tone for like Smart Doll or Dolphy Dream. So bubble wrap, bubble wrap. Here is like a COA. This is a blank doll, there's no face up, and it is strung like a BJD. So UFDoll. This is the face sculpt. You can see a number there. That might be like the actual number of the doll that I like, you know, if they've produced 10,000 of these dolls, but that's a really long number, so maybe it's just some type of registration number. Plus there's a letter in there, so I think it's just like a COA thing. There is a little envelope or a little bag in here. Has like one of the melamine, or is that the right word? A sponge in here, I think, for like scuffs or cleaning. You can see it's just a sponge. Here's another thing. This is like actual sandpaper. It's got to be pretty fine grit, and then like the other side is like a smoother or buffer. There is a card here. I don't know. Again, I can't read this language, but sorry, there was a little bug. But you can pause and Google Translate if you would like. There is this little hook screw thing. This, to me, it looks like a replacement neck peg, possibly. And then there is kind of an informational thing. Yeah, it says about UFDoll. That's all I can read. But there's a QR code if you want to check that. Oh wait, there's more English language there that I can read. What does it say? I wish everything I ask and hope for, all the good things will meet at the end. Interesting. So that was all in this little Ziploc baggie of goodies here. Basically, probably doll care and instructions on how to handle, restring, whatever, which I could potentially need because it looks like I got an alternate bust here. One thing that I regret not ordering, so UFDoll on this pre-order, they had jointed hands. I didn't get the jointed hands because they were like 90 bucks or 80 bucks or something like that. I'm like, I don't need those. I don't have, well, I might have one doll with jointed hands, maybe, but it's a big 70 whatever doll, a boy doll. I don't use him a lot. I don't even know if they have jointed hands, but I asked if I could add on the jointed hands. It's going foggy again. I asked if I could add on the jointed hands after I placed the order, and they couldn't, which I was really sad about. Anyway, so I'm going to show you this skin tone color. I'm pretty excited about it. They did have, like I said, at least 2, maybe even 3 skin tone colors. And this is very, very similar in style. Oh, it's really raining hard now. I don't have an umbrella in the garage. How am I going to get back inside? My garage is not attached to my house. It's a separate standalone building. My house is, my front door is a good 30 or 40 feet away. That's okay. Alright, so you can see pretty big bust, but similar to Smart Doll Dolphy Dream in style, like very similar. This could almost be a vinyl thing, but it is actually it's some type of hard plastic. It's not squishable at all. You can see the neck joint there, the channel for the strings, and then the like notches to rest probably the S hook in. You can see it's sculpted to have, you know, headlights as they call them on Smart Doll Land. But look at that color, isn't that beautiful? It's very reminiscent of T Smart Doll. I wish that I had a T Smart Doll here so I could compare. But I'll just show you. So this is, she's cinnamon with a navy leg, a black navy leg. But you can see the difference there in the color. Oh, it is raining hard. Can you guys hear that? My husband's Jeep is like just parked outside. Oh my gosh, it's pouring. It's okay. I'll just talk louder. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Oh, I knew it was going to rain. I didn't think it was going to rain quite this hard though. So anyway, alternate bust. Pretty cool, but definitely not as easy to change out on a strung doll versus a vinyl doll where you just pop the head off, pull the arms out and all that. So let me show you. There she is. And see, that's, I do definitely regret that. Her hands are basically like this. They're not even like curved, so she can't really hold anything. She's gonna wave a lot. That's gonna be, she's gonna be a happy waving doll. Alright. I don't know if there was multiple busts, and I don't remember if I selected this, if this just came with the doll. Because otherwise, the doll bust on here would definitely be reminiscent of, like, I would actually say, like a small Smart Doll. Not even like the standard bust, but like the small size for Smart Doll, or I don't even know what would be comparable in Dolphy Dream terms, but oh, it's gonna balance, it's gonna stay, yes. Alright, so here she is. Despite the fact that she is a bulgy, oh, this is a little concerning. Look at this. There's like some type of protectant like thing. I'm sure if I adjust the head, I can probably hide that. But that's how she came out of the box, so I'll have to look at that. But she is this hard, you know, whatever plastic. Look at that booty. Oh my gosh. She's very light. That's what I was gonna say. She, even though she's this hard plastic, it's not resin heavy. It's like plastic heavy, and it's light, in my opinion. Here's her little tootsies. That's interesting. The bottoms have like those lines. I don't know what that would be for. Let's see what her toes look like. Oh my gosh, it's really raining, you guys. Alright, so let's look at her head sculpts. Definitely has an anime feel. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is raining hard. I'm just going to scooch this up so I don't have to talk as loudly, and maybe you guys won't hear the rain as much. Oh my gosh, it is really raining, you guys. Can you even hear me still? Oh wow, it's like pouring. Alright, anyway, moving on. Here's her head. I'm not sure what is the deal with this, like, misaligned thing there, but hopefully I can figure that out. I feel like it's just a matter of manipulating it a little bit so that it's hidden under the head. I'm sure it's there to protect, you know, the pressure between her head and the neck, just from the the tightness of the string pulling the head down. But anyway, let's take a look at her flexibility. So you can see both her elbows and her knees have the double jointing. The head definitely, you know, it's like any head. The shoulders have an interesting little tidbit there. Let's see what this does. So we can spin her arm all the way around. There is elbow bend and then a second bend for the double joint there. Now it's lightning and thundering, you guys. I'm inside my garage. I should be okay. Oh, I do really wish that I had gotten those jointed hands. Her fingers are really long. I think to make these hands a little bit nicer, it would be nice to paint the nails. I really should have ordered those jointed hands. It's a regret. And I don't know if you can order them separate anywhere. And even if I did, like, would they match in skin tone? Because, you know, the production at different times can have slightly different color variations. So let's see. So, you know, she's got this joint here. Definitely very flexible. I think overall that's pretty nice. Her arms do stay in position. Well, sort of. I think that's pretty good. Let's bring them down a little bit. Then the legs, you can see there is like this here, so you can kind of twist. And then the knees, you get that. And then the second bend. And then the foot, you know, it's on its own joint, but like it only has so much movement, and it's because it's strung tight, it's not really gonna stay in a particular position. I suppose depending on like if you put pressure and you're like posing the doll. But anyway, I think that's pretty good. Let's look at this here. Let's see what we can do here. So sitting, you could do this, but then you see it starts to come out with the string, so that isn't really a feasible position here. Unless you hide it under a long flowing dress, I suppose. I would say, I don't know if there is like lubricant or something, and it's hard, it's not really picking up on my video, but like I can see just the tiniest bit of like smudging around the joint. I don't know if that would be from movement or if it's like scratching, if there's actually lubricant in there. It's really not picking it up, but anyway, I think she is very similar in style and design to, like I said, Smart Doll and Dolphy Dream, or Volk's Dolphy Dream. Oh, my regrets on the jointed hands. I should have ordered that. Oh well, it's okay. I brought some clothes for her. I did not bring eyes, but I did bring some clothes, and I should have brought something a little bit easier to dress her. I think she's got a little bit of a bigger booty than a Smart Doll. Maybe not the Peach Smart Doll. It's probably similar to the Peach Smart Doll. There you go. I think that those little extra cusps around her arm are to help her have this kind of stance to keep her arms upright without them falling. I was just digging around in my clothes really quick, so I didn't really grab the best possible outfit for her. I don't know why I would grab a pair of underwear that I have to tie around her. That seems so silly. I did figure that it was a similar size as, you know, as far as clothing to all of my other similar sized 1/3 dolls. So I just grabbed something out of the bin that I have for them, but this is not the easiest thing to put on. I don't know why I grabbed something so difficult. I mean, it's not difficult, it's just a matter of tying it. I guess it's just effortful. So there you go. Undergarments secured. Maybe not the best, but on there. And then this, you know, it's like a matching little top, but she has such a small bust here. I don't know how good it's going to look unless I tie it really nicely. Let's see if I can make it work. I do really like this skin tone though, which is pretty cool. I feel like I'll have to compare to a T Smart Doll. I think it would definitely be darker than like Volk's tan, because Volk's tan is very light. But I think that this from UFDoll could be the in-between between Smart Doll's tea and coffee. Maybe. I'll have to compare with some of those skin tones at a later time when it's not pouring rain out. Oh, okay. Come on. Tie here for me. Alright. So, see how it looks. There she is. Kind of in underwear, bikini, whatever. I really like this face sculpt. How and when I'm going to get a face up for her, I don't know. But I do think that when I take her head off and ship it off to some kind artist that I can commission, I'll probably change her bust at that time, hopefully. I do have some shorts. I'm going to try to put those on her to see how they look. Even though I think she looks cute with just this like bikini thing. It's windy enough now and that it's starting to sprinkle on me even inside my garage. Alright, let's see if I can get these up over her. These shorts aren't like the best match for this cute little ribbony outfit, but at least she has something on. Oh, and I brought a wig to try on her. This is a Smart Doll wig, so let's see if it fits nicely on her head. I'm sure, just in looking, very similar size. Wow, it is really raining. Looks like it fits. Let me just adjust it here to give it a little bit better look. I would say I'm gonna think, so you know, Smart Dolls, they're like that sweet spot between 8 and 9. They're like an 8.5. I would say you could probably do a 9-10 on these dolls and they would still be okay. I don't know if their head is just a little bit bigger because of the material. But there you go. Isn't she cute? The cost also for this UFDoll, very inexpensive. Even though I said the jointed hands were a lot, the overall cost of the doll, I think the jointed hands were pricey in comparison to the doll itself. I think she couldn't have been more than $150, which is like less than half of what you're gonna pay for a smart doll right now. And you would probably be lucky to find a Volk's Dolphy Dream body secondhand for that. So, you know, if you're okay with a hard resin strung doll, UFDoll may be your choice to start out with this style of doll. I think she's really cute. I can't wait to get a face up for her. And now that I have a UFDoll, I may consider looking at them again in the future, and certainly consider getting that the jointed hands. So let's see if I can pose her a little bit here. Oh, did you guys see that lightning? Alright, it's coming up on an hour. I am probably not going to dress the little pink cat girl because I'm actually getting a little concerned. I should probably really go in. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of the doll stands, the little cat doll, UFDoll. Does anybody else out there have a UFDoll? Has had one? What do you think? If you have questions about the tariff process that I went through, or just shopping with Dolk, please feel free to comment. You can always find me on Facebook, Berry Wings. I'm in a lot of the doll groups. And I just appreciate you guys sticking with me for this really long and rainy video. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.